Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this video, we're talking about checking in with your play partner right in the middle of things.
So keep watching.
So oftentimes we talk about checking in with your partner, your spouse, your significant other, during, after, all of those things. Before, yeah, that's an important one too. But we tend to not really talk about checking in with your play partner. Something that is also very important and a lot of people don't think about very much.
Not checking in with your partner can lead to something negative happening. So we feel it's important that you check in, and so much so that we were recently on a cruise and we were with this couple, and they'd been doing this for a while, but they hadn't had a whole lot of practice with the lifestyle, and they're always same room, so they're connected with each other, and we were fine. We hit it off, so we went and played with them in the playroom, and I was with the guy, and I took a moment and checked in on him, and he was not doing well. There was something mentally going on with him that he was not okay. And so I called a pause, a timeout, and I said, let's switch it up a little bit. I didn't want to be like, hey, let's stop. Everybody look at him and fix what's going on there so we can get back to it.
Right.
No. I made sure that, I asked him, are you doing okay? And even though he was kind of like, yeah, I'm fine, I was in my head like, liar, you are not fine.
Sure.
And I said, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's get him back with his partner, and I'll go back to my partner, and we'll just easy breezy go into something else. That way I'm not calling him out for having whatever issues were going on with him mentally or physically or whatever it was.
Right.
And he's back to his comfort zone, which is his main partner.
Right.
And that gave them a better experience. Because there was no drama, there was no stress, there was no finger pointing, no laughing, none of that. It was just, hey, let's move it this direction. And I think being aware of your partner that you're with in the moment is so important, because oftentimes I feel like we can zone out, and you're so involved in what they're doing to you and your feelings, and I think we can get a little bit selfish sometimes when we're having sex with a new person. And I know, at least me, not that I'm being selfish, but I'm very in my head of, am I making enough noise? Am I making too much noise? That feels really good right there. Oh, I wish he'd keep doing that. Oh, I wish he'd stop that. So you're in your head a little bit, because oftentimes it's the first time you've had sex with this person.
Right.
But making sure that you're not so in your head that you're not paying attention to their body language, their facial expressions, that kind of stuff, so that you can adjust what's going on in the bed so that you avoid the drama.
Right.
We are always about avoiding drama, and it would really make me feel horrible if I completely ignored this person's feelings and what they were going through and just powered through everything, and then something happened where they stopped talking to us, or they had a bad experience or whatever. I don't want to create a bad experience. I want everybody to have a good experience so that we all stay within the lifestyle and have fun.
Right. And the highest potential for drama happening are those specific situations.
Right.
Where you're really in the middle of things, and then suddenly one of the four people, I say flips out, but just that can happen. I mean,
that has happened.
we've been there. We've been there. But just gets to the point of really being uncomfortable, where it's actually noticeable. And sometimes, now this was with a couple that have been doing this for a while, but sometimes it can happen it can happen a lot with a new couple, because they're just not used to all of the things that are going on. They have this vision in their head of what it's supposed to be, and then suddenly it's not what they thought it was going to be.
Right.
And that's where someone can really have a problem. And the last thing you want to do is get in the way of their relationship, or cause some problems, or literally be in the middle of things, and suddenly a husband and wife are fighting with each other, we're the couple sitting there going, with our deer head and headlights look, going, oh, this is super awkward. How do we get out of this? I don't want to be here right now. And so it's really about being very, very present and being aware of the signals that that person and the other person, the other partner might be giving. I can think of another situation where not too long ago we were on vacation and I was having a really good time with the wife, and the husband was not playing, but he would kind of come in and check occasionally, and at one point he came in and said that he was uncomfortable with the situation, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. Here, why don't you come in and join us? And then the three of us had a really, really good time because he was honest, and he could have hidden and laughed and all that kind of stuff and go and be upset about the whole thing, but he chose to say what was on his mind, and that actually worked out really, really well in that situation, where a lot of times people will kind of push it down and talk about it later. I'm going to go fight with my wife after this is all over. Well, after it's all over, things are going to be worse. Yeah. It's totally acceptable to stop things even in the middle of the biggest orgy, in the middle of sex. Your penis is in the vagina. It's perfectly okay. No one is going to say, oh, come on, let's just have 5 more minutes. That's never going to happen. People that have been doing this a while, people in lifestyle that understand all of this, are absolutely accepting of the fact that people can feel uncomfortable and things can change in the middle. Here at the club, there are signs like around that say, play can stop at any time. It's like, you might be yes, and something goes on in your head that changes it to a no or a gray area. That's when it's time to let your partners know. And
I want to say this goes for men and women.
Oh yeah.
A man just because you're a man doesn't mean you have to power through. You can stop at any time if something is not going the way if something is making you uncomfortable for whatever reason. Right. And like Matt said, at any time within play, it doesn't matter. I personally wouldn't want to make if I was in a big orgy or in the orgy room, making a big deal out of it. Like, everybody stop, look at me, I'm stopping, we're leaving, we're goodbye, Right, yeah. No, excuse yourself from your play partner, find your partner, whisper to them, if you have to use a special code or whatever, upside down pineapple cake.
Not that one.
Whatever your code is, or just tell them, I'm needing some time with you. We need to leave right now. And hopefully you've had enough conversations with your partner to know that is serious and they need to excuse themselves from their partner. So some cues, nonverbal cues that your play partner could be giving you that you should be paying attention. Okay. Could be like, look at their face. If their eyes are a little bit more distant or they're closing their eyes a little bit much more, maybe they're gritting their teeth a little bit, look at their face. Or does their face look relaxed and like it's having fun?
That's right. Or do they look like they're on the brink of crying? Because that can very much be something that it can hit. If you've never watched your husband just be given a blowjob by another woman, that it could be something that would be very triggering to you, and you might just like not be there. Suddenly you're totally in your head and you're not in a good place. And so it's really up to the person that they're playing with to really kind of be aware of those things. And it's totally okay to just, you good? You okay? And
And if they're saying, yeah, it's fine, because they don't want to mess up what's going on with the party or whatever, or the play, making sure that, on one hand, they're in charge of their feelings. Yep. And, you don't want to sit there and be like asking them constantly, okay. But at some point, if they really don't look like they're okay, maybe checking in on a more broad level with, like I said, bringing in the other couple a little, their partner a little bit closer. Let them decide whether they're okay to go on, because that's their person. At that point, they might feel a little bit more comfortable whispering to them, I'm really not okay. I'm okay with staying in here and being with you. Or maybe they say, I need to leave. I need some air, whatever they need. Because if it was me and I was not okay, I tend to be that person that's like, no, I'm fine. Because I don't want to create drama. I don't want to mess up the party. I don't want to whatever. But if my play partner really realizes that I'm not okay, I'm close to tears and says, hey, let's switch things up and gets Matt involved, then at that point I can let Matt know I need to go get air, or I just need to be done, or you
just need to play with me.
Yes.
I think that's probably where the larger percentage of things tend to go, where it's just like, okay, we've had our swap, and now we need to reconnect with our spouse, and it might just turn into playing right next to them, and that's fine. That's fine. Absolutely, and it's still a good situation. And
the other thing that's really good about that, playing with your own partner next to a couple that you're interested in, is you can sort of pay attention to them and get tips.
That's true.
See, if you're, obviously you're paying attention to your spouse, the partner that you're with, but if you're right next to someone, you can be like, noted, they like that.
That's right.
So it'll give you tips for next time.
And if things go that direction, and next time you play with them again, then you're like, oh, she likes this thing.
Yeah.
And go that direction, and you're already ahead of the game.
Right.
You're already ahead of the game. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, but it's really just being aware of if someone has a personality and their personality just kind of does a whole 180.
Yeah.
I think that's oftentimes, and honestly, it's happened with me. It's happened with me over the years. I mean, it's been a while, but I can think of a situation probably like 7 or 8 years ago where I felt uncomfortable, and the woman I was with was like, "You want me to bring Bianca over here?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then we kind of switched back to that situation, and it was fine, and it was a great time, and I still did play with the other woman. You still did play with the husband, but for whatever was going on in my head at that moment, it was fixed.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reasons that I don't remember, I needed to be connected with you at that point, and it ended up being a good situation because of that. And
I think sometimes we get so excited at the opportunity to play with another couple that if we as a couple, or you as a couple, have anything going on underlying, like, you had a fight on the way to the event, or, you're just not feeling your best, or whatever it is, some of that stuff can kind of creep up during play with other people.
Yep.
And it became like you thought you were fine, then all of a sudden you're not. So there's no reason to be ashamed or upset or feel like you ruined everybody's fun or anything like that. We're all human.
Yep.
And we're not, this is a weird hobby that we're doing. Like, we need to give ourselves some grace, and then always come back to your person and chat with them and let them know what was going on, and what can you do in the future to hopefully not have that happen again. Is it maybe we need to start together and then go, play with the other couple in the bed, or whatever. Talk about what will make you feel more comfortable in the situation. Or maybe it really was just you were not on your game that night and you just needed a little extra snuggle time from your person.
Yeah, and it could be that. And, as long as you communicate with each other and you communicate with the people that you're playing with, you're all going to have a good time.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right?
That's the goal. So with that in mind about having a good time, why don't you right now go to www.clubsapphire.net, check out all the amazing events that are happening, that are coming up, and of course, if you see us at one of them, please come say hi to us. We promise we won't get awkward in the middle of sex. So, well, I can't make that promise, but most likely we'll be fine. She won't flip out anymore, I promise.
It's because he gagged me.
Or he does. That's fine.
Whatever.
As long as something is in your mouth.
Hey.
All right, perfect. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.